Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, EJ Parker. What we're looking at here is something pretty unique and special, and it's old. This is a late 19th century or very early 20th century Nippon beer Stein done with Moriagi embellishments. So what the hell does that mean? So this is made in Japan. Nippon is Nippon. That's Japan in Japanese. That's the style, the genre of this porcelain. It's gorgeous. Late 1800s, early 1900s. It looks like a birthday cake, I think. Those little dots, that's called Moriagi. That's liquid clay applied. That's why I have no rings on, because that's so delicate, and a few of them have been unfortunately broken off. You see, there's a few, which affects the value. But what possessed me to buy this thing 5 years ago, I have no clue. No, I think I do. It's gorgeous. I mean, look at the colors. I mean, the colors are simply amazing. It looks like something out of a dream. It's a beer stein, but I mean, it's more decorative because it's so fragile. You couldn't use this to drink beer. It'd be broken. I mean, it's just too fragile. It's all hand done, very meticulous work. You see all those little dots all throughout. That's all hand done. Now the monk, the jovial monk scenes, those were common. Those were common scenes in like German beer steins in the late 1800s and early 1900s. Jovial, drunken monk. So here's the monk reading the newspaper. Now this is not hand painted. That's a fine, thin decal. The artisan applied, and then the real star is the Moriagi. These little, you just see how fine these are. It's a lot of work. And inside is the white, like a bone china. It's glossy. You see the light coming through it. It's thin. Again, you wouldn't want to use this to drink out of because it's too delicate. Nippon denotes a genre of collectible porcelain dating from 1891 to 1921. Various trade laws and the like required labeling of certain products a certain way. This says hand painted Nippon. If you collect this, you know the various colors and the various makers marks denotes various companies. There's collector societies for these. I'll find these out in the wild once in a while, and I buy and sell these, and some of the more unique ones I just keep because they really speak to me. I bought this on eBay probably in 2019 or 20 for around $100, give or take. I can't recall really, but it's not for sale. I just love it. It's just a unique thing. The colors and the background of the monk is quite unique. There's now, what else is there as far as Nippon, this genre of porcelain? A lot of vases. I have featured them in my channel a lot. Why are they so popular? So basically, these were introduced to the American consumer in the very early 1900s. Things like expositions, which was a more common thing back then, to expose people to different technologies, art, sciences, stuff like that. And this was a part of that, and people fell in love with it for the same reasons that I do. The colors, the pattern, texture, the complexity of the detailing. And also, in Japan at the same time, certain socioeconomic reasons made these products affordable to the U.S. consumer. So they were done with high quality and artisanship in Japan, yet they were affordable to consumers in America at the same time. So you can see there, it's a little bit chipped, unfortunately. So you see what led to the popularity. Just gorgeous, unique works with colors and designs and unique aesthetics that blend a lot of, I think, cultures, and then also it was affordable. So you have vases, you know, a lot of I see more vases than I see steins like this out in the wild. And this handle, I'm just nervous that it's gonna break. This is like, I collect glass pieces and old bottles, but this piece probably drives me the most crazy as far as, like, if anything, one of these little dots chips off and the value drops, or it just loses its, you know, its a little bit of this beauty. So this one kind of makes me a little bit worried just because it's so fragile. But again, that's what makes it rare and desirable. So that's a look at this gorgeous. Now wait, before I end this, now I found videos or not, photos of how these were shipped from Japan to the U.S. in the early 1900s and late 1800s, and these were simply wrapped in straw or hay. It's amazing, wrapped in hay and straw in a very unique, almost like a knot to protect it, and then put in wooden crates. I discovered that some old photos. That was very unique because I ship things a lot in my vintage and antique store, and I use cardboard and paper. But the straw and hay it kind of helps me visualize the era of these unique and fragile, gorgeous works of Nippon. So I hope you like that. And as always, thanks for checking in.